when I was a little girl, my grandmother bought a Tandy 1000 computer, and I didn't think it was anything interesting, but every time someone would come to the house, they'd be like, oh, wow, you have a computer. So I turned it on, and this was pre-Windows, so it was a DOS C prompt blinking at me. So I'm like, this isn't exciting at all. So I picked up the brochures around, and I played around with it because clearly it's something there. I'm just missing it. And I stumbled upon basic programming, and I would type in simple programs from the book, and it would run, and I'd be really excited that I typed in my name and it would say hello. And I'd be like, how did I do that? But I just typed the code in. And so later on, I learned how programs work, and it just pulled me in. What sticks out most is when I was in graduate school and I really wanted to give up. And my advisor gave me this very poignant analogy about being in traffic and not turning around just because, you know, you aren't getting there quick enough. And I think that was really helpful, largely because it stuck with me so long, and I think about it when my students have those same kinds of issues. The one that sticks out, my mom used to buy highlights magazines for me, and I can remember an experiment where you would take a piece of ice and you would put a string on it, sprinkle some salt, and it would kind of melt in so you could actually pull the piece of ice up with the string. So I decided to make a necklace for my mom, which meant I actually went and got some food coloring. So I got several pieces of ice, a really long piece of string, lots of salt, food coloring, and it became very messy. But it was really a learning experience for me, and I really thought that was really cool. I think the ability to have an idea, have a spark about something, and kind of explore it and involve a community of people, students, other colleagues, and coming to the table and having these like really exciting ideas and moving on them. I think being able to kind of maybe in some cases connect dots that don't seem like they're connected at all. I think some very interesting research is when I pull from biology something that's going to actually help me in computer science. So having the ability to see where there is similarities and pulling those things together, I think is really important. So I'm working with web fault detection. So basically, you have one website that you pull up in two different browsers and they look very different. The quality is very different. And so that kind of pulls away from the original intent of having, you know, this universal platform. So the societal impact of my research is enabling web developers to notice that their web pages won't work on various clients before they release them, and to possibly fix that to avoid having users have issues with their websites. Definitely my advisor, and from the human perspective, because he told me to not give up, but also from the practical perspective of teaching me how to do research and how to write papers and how to go about the process of starting with a particular question, finding out what the literature says about it, and then kind of moving forward. I think one thing that stuck out to me is how entrepreneurial it is, from the sense that you are running a lab with people and you have to manage personalities and your ideas and your direction. And I have one of my really good friends, he's an entrepreneur, and he always said, well, I could never do that because he felt like he would be so trapped and boxed in. And so once I, went further and I saw other people running labs, I was like, wow, this would be great for him if he had actually pursued it. But I don't think people think about it that way from the outside. My laptop. In the car, I listen to a lot of NPR. But when I work out, I listen to a lot of Jay-Z.